want to hear the Arbroath gag? Yes, yes, proof.
If you really think so.
Tells it, man.
Well, but listen, promise you'll no shout at me.
I'll know, mammoth.
Yeah, it puts me off. Well, here we go then. One last time. How's it go again?
I went to Mr. Shoot, you told it a million times. I'll start you off. There was this chap, and he chapped at the door, and he says to the chap, the answer to the chap at the door, is your sister in?
Oh, I remember it now.
He's got it now, wait a minute. This is worth coming into here.
There was...
I'm laughing already.
There was this chap, you see, and he went to this door, and he chapped to this door, you see, and he was a plumber to trade.
What are you talking about? He's a plumber to trade. What are you talking about, plumber to trade?
Huh?
Who said he's a plumber to trade? You know what I'm going to tell him? Stay in the face. I'll tell you this right to your face. You know you're an idiot. You're nothing but an idiot. You're a big idiot. That's all you are, an idiot.
You said you wouldn't shout at me.
I didn't mean to shout, Josie, but I'm just trying to impress upon you the fact. I'm just trying to tell you. The fellow that chapped at the door wasn't a plumber.
He wasn't a plumber?
No.
Then why did he say to the fellow that opened the door, "How is your system?"
Josie, there's no remains thing about a system.
You said it. That's the way you told the joke. You were stunning there. And you said, this fella went to the door, and he chapped on the door, and he said, "Pardon me, how is your system?"
Josie, this fella's only been at the door 3 minutes, and you've got him installed a new system. This is when you always make the same mistake. You fall down at this. I think it's nerves. And he tells it marvellously. This is his best joke. Now, Josie, I'll tell you what I want you to do. Relax, calm yourself down, and just start all over again. And just remember, the fella that chapped at the door was the plumber.
Well, what was he then?
I haven't got a clue. Maybe he was there to get rid of a wasp bite.
Away and don't be stupid. Wasps can't go a bite.
No wasp can't go about. That's not the point. Is this fella champing at the door? He's asking about his sister. His sister.
His sister?
Hey!
And the plumber wasn't there.
No.
So what you're telling me is that after all these years we've been doing this bloody plumber still hasn't turned up?
Josie, I'm going to let you into a secret.
What?
There never, ever was a plumber. There you are.
There never ever was a plumber?
No.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to say that it's this other fella, this fella who opened the door. It's all his fault. It's all in his imagination. He's been waiting for the plumber that long, he's become deranged. Every time he opens the door to the paper boy, the fishmonger, he doesn't see the paper boy, the fishmonger. What does he see? He sees a plumber. So tell me this, smart ass. How are we going to manage to get this poor deranged man's system fixed?
Oh, keep the heat, don't lose the wool. I'll tell you what happened. You know what happened? They phoned the Samaritans. And they came and fixed his system. He's quite happy now.
Oh, well, that's all right.
He's got it now. Wait a minute, it's
As long
marvellous.
as you've got the matter attended.
That's it finished. He tells it marvellously. This is best. This is worth coming into here.
Well,
Here he's starting.
there was this joke, you see, about this fella who went to this door, you see, and he knocked on this door, and he said, "Pardon me," he said, "but is your sister in?" You see?
Oh, stop. Wait a minute. Stop. It's not a sister. It's not a sister. It's my fault. It's my fault. I made a mistake. It's not a sister.
Are you trying to tell me his sister's no here either?
Josie, I don't know where she is. I don't know anything about her. Maybe she died young.
Probably fell in the cistern and drowned or something.
Josie, this is where we make the same mistake with two of us. We're always at this point. Because the joke's no funny with a sister. The only way the joke's funny is if you say it's a granny. It's got to be a granny, that's it. There was this chap at the door, and he says, "Is your granny in?" We've got it now. He's got it now.
Are you sure now? You sure?
Sure.
I mean, this is the second time I've chapped that door and got no reply. Better all up in the attic trying to get that woman out the system.
Forget about the attic, forget get women out the system. Forget about the house, they've moved the house. Just chap at the door and say, "Is your granny in? Is your granny in?"
But which door do you go to? The one I've chapped or the one they moved to?
Just do it.
This fella knocked at this door.
There was actually two chaps, but don't worry about it.
There was two chaps. Well, that would be the plumber and the apprentice.
Forget about the bloody plumber and his apprentice. The time that you're taking to tell this joke, they thought I'll never get home tonight. There was two chaps, just carry on. Two chaps, carry on.
This fella knocked twice at this door.
No! He never knocked twice, he only knocked once.
You just said there was two chaps.
Well, technically speaking, that's right. There was this chap at the door, another chap answered the chap at the door. One door, two chap, one door, two chap. And he tells it madness. Just a wee bit off the night.
The Salvation Army turned up on this fella's door. They were collecting for the brethren. While they were at it, they gave the plumber a hand with the cistern.
Stop! I have never heard such a load of rubbish. You're making a right pig's bakes of this joke. Now, Josie, I'm going to tell you a joke once. I will not repeat it again. There was this chap, and he chapped at the door, and he says to the chap, the answer to the chap at the door, "Is your granny in?" He said, "No, she's at Arbroath." He says, "Don't you worry. I'll come in and wait until she's finished." He thought she was having a plate of soup.
Aye.
You've got it now.
I've got it now, aye.
Marvellous. He tells it marvellous. He's got it now. Marvellous. I love him telling this.
There was this chap, you see, at this door. And when the door was opened by the fella whose door was chapped, he said to this fella, he said, "Pardon me, has your granny finished her soup yet?" And this fella said, "Well, no," he said, "as a matter of fact, we couldn't get the can open." He said, "We've lost the tin opener, you see." And this other fella said, "Well, don't worry about it." He says, "I'm going to Arbroath and I'll pick one up for you."
Well, the name of heaven you're talking about? Who told you this fella chap at the door went to Arbroath? He doesn't even know where Arbroath is. Do you know where Arbroath is? Well, you better tell him. He hasn't a clue. Another thing, you couldn't care less about Arbroath. Are you worried about Arbroath? You seem to be. Everybody's gone near Arbroath, as far as you're concerned. There's only one person at Arbroath. Keep that in your mind. That's the granny. Granny Arbroath, granny, granny Arbroath, granny.
I'm sorry, Francie. I'm sorry.
What is it?
Well, this is just the place. I sometimes go a wee bit wrong.
You just kind of slip up.
And I'm sorry if I've misled you. But I should have said, of course, it was actually the granny.
Yes.
Explain to me again. Why did the granny have to go to Arbroath for a plate of soup?
She didn't go to Arbroath for a plate of soup. That's a joke. There wasn't any soup.
Oh, there's no soup?
No, no soup.
Oh, I'm sorry, we've run out of soup again.
Run out of soup.
No, soup, sir.
Soup, sir.
Yeah. Aye, and I'll, but in the absence of soup, what the dear old granny did.
Tell me.
Well, she got yesterday's mince and she heated it up. She likes mince because she's lost her dentures. And she can suck this mince through a straw. And she's sitting there, sucking away like mine. Oh, and the mince is going everywhere. It's all over the walls, all over the ceiling, all over the table, all over the jug. And it's running down her front into her wellies. And the minute she gets up to go to the toilet, she skits in the mince. And she goes right in her elky, you know, and she has to swim.
Wait! Hey! Don't say another word. For 30 years I've been trying to tell this joke, you've no any luck, you've no much luck tonight. You've got this granny, I've never seen her in wellies. You've got her in wellies. And she's got mince on the flare. And she's slipping all over the mince the way to the toilet. What's she going to the toilet for?
I think you should handle that inquiry yourself.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. The old woman, the granny, she never reheated yesterday's mince. And she didn't suck it through a straw, and she didn't lose her dentures. And it didn't go in the dump. So, there was no mince, there was no dentures, no dump, nor soup.
Oh, it was nor soup she had.
Yes. No. I forgot who it was.
Well, I thought it was Cross and Blackwell.
Josie, when I say nor soup, I mean she wasn't having any soup. The old woman was Arbroath, a granny. But she was having nothing. She was having nothing. She was there, but she was having nothing.
You're so attractive when you're angry. Are you trying to tell me that poor old woman's away to Arbroath without even a sandwich?
I got her own fault, because that's the joke. The joke is, was this chap at the door? And he says to the chap, answers the chap at the door, is your granny? And he says, no, she's at Arbroath. He says, don't you worry, I'll come in and wait till she's finished. He thought she was on a big bowl of soup with a ham shank in it. She wasn't having soup at all. She wasn't even there. She was way up the line to Arbroath. Do you know, see?
Francie, I've got a confession to make.
What is that?
I've never understood this joke.
But Josie, just the way you tell it, it's so funny.
I've never seen it. I don't know why it's funny. I've never seen anything till... Oh! I see what you mean.
He's got it now.
I see what you mean. You mean the Chinese cook while they're walking?